Hey, I'm back with another solo play. Today I'll be taking on the third adventure of Talisman Legendary Tales. I got through the first two, so let's see how number 3 looks. Okay, the board is set up and we're ready to go. Adventure 3, The Grabby Goblins. Chapter 1. You have heard that a gang of grabby goblins have captured a talisman while out on a raid. You are taking a break from searching for them in the forest when you hear a loud creaking and crackling. You realize that the old tree you've been resting under is actually a tree man. In a deep, rumbling voice, he asks you for help. Oh, nasty, grabby greenlings, digging everywhere. Felting? My friends? I don't know Old English very well. Hiding the plunder. Please help us. You realize from his plea that you are now on the right track, but first you must find the goblin camp. Your task? Once you've found and defeated the gutless goblins, place them in a vacant space on the specific area below. Okay, we put them down there. Gutless goblins do not provide any rewards. The crossed out treasure bag symbol on that should remind you of this. Okay, we got to remember that. So then we'll play until we find all 3 goblins, it looks like. Very good. I will start on the hardest difficulty, which will place the time counter there. We're going for 3-star talisman. I haven't decided how to handle losses in this because I've been successful in the first 2 missions, so we'll just plan on being successful in this one as well. I'm going to once again use the Druid. Druid's ability is once during your turn, if you draw a sword, you may use it as a hat. Instead, the bag is ready to go. Let's start the adventure. So we're going to go around, turn over the tiles, hope we find these goblins quick. And I rolled a 2. So I'll go, these pieces. These are the worst miniatures in the world. Let's kind of fold it over a little bit and see if it stays better. Okay, here we go. Our first attack is a goblin tunneler. All we need is 1 sword and 1 hat. I'll draw my 3 pieces. 1, 2, 3. And, oh my goodness. Right off the bat, we lose 2 time turns and a hat. I can draw another, so we'll see what we draw. I need a sword or we lose the battle. And it is a sword. We did it. Just barely did it. I'll move the time counters. We're at the 2 now already. Starting off, losing some lives right away. Get a treasure, and the treasure is another hat and another draw. I think, being there's 2 times already, I'm not going to refill the bag yet. Okay, movement phase. Gonna go, just kind of go around, I guess. Let's see. And it's a 1. A 1 doesn't do us anything. Next turn, a 3. 3 will take us to the cave. Actually, you know what? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, fine. Our opponents here, another goblin tunneler and another goblin tunneler. This is going to be a hard battle to win. I'll draw my 3. Hopefully we can defeat one of these guys. 1, 2, 3. Got 3 things out of the bag. A sword and a hat. Good, that defeats one of them. And this will let us draw from a bag. I'm not going to do that because I can't defeat the next monster anyhow. So we defeated one of them. Get another treasure. And it is another hat that lets you cancel out a time counter. That's good. So I'm going to put everything back in the bag for this next turn. And roll. A 2. Or, well, we're not going to roll because I'm going to fight this guy again. Draw the 3 tokens from the bag. And I drew a sword, a hat, and a draw. Okay, awesome. Defeated that monster. Like I said, this is a little easier on single player games. Our treasure, ooh, it can be a sword or a hat. And put everything back in the bag and continue onward. It's a 2. That'll take us to the castle where there are 3 monsters to fight. Not going to beat them all in one turn, that's for sure. Oh, we got one of the grabby goblins, gutless goblins we need. Okay. Just see what we can defeat on these 3. I'll draw my 3 tokens. 1, 2, 3. The hardest part of this game is drawing the 3 tokens out of the bag. Okay, if we would have lost a time counter, we would have got it back. Okay, so I have 2 hats and a sword. I'm going to defeat the 2 hats. We'll defeat this one, so we'll get a treasure for that. And the sword will defeat one of the gutless goblins. We don't get a treasure for that, but they go to the space over here. So now there's only 2 left. I'll draw my, and then this goblin tunneler will go back to the spot. Draw my treasure, and it is a crown, which gives us 2 hats. I'm going to put all 3 back in the bag because none of them were time counters. Next turn, I'll right away fight this goblin tunneler here. 1, 2, 3. Got my 3 tokens out of the bag, and what do we have? Whoops, I drew way more than 3, so we're going to put them all back in. I have to go one at a time. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I think that's 3. Yep. Okay. We have a sword and we have a hat. I don't need to draw another one, so we'll leave those out. Get a treasure for defeating the goblin tunneler. Just flying through this chapter 1, aren't we? The treasure is a hat with a draw. It is a crystal orb. Awesome. I'm going to put all 3 of these back in the bag and just keep going around the board, right? I rolled, oh, transport to anywhere. You know what? And transport here and go up this way. That way I can clear the board, get more experience. Oh, a cave goblin. This one might be hard. There's not a lot of swords in this bag. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, I did not do it. I think my ability is if I draw a sword, I can turn it into a hat. So I did not defeat the cave goblin. I think I'm just gonna leave the cave goblin there and keep progressing on the next turn. I will put these back in the bag though. 3, 1, 2, and we stop at this and flip them over. Okay, these will be easy. Oh, we got another gutless goblin and a goblin. Does that say sniper? Sniper. Okay, these should be an easy victory. Should be able to beat them both, I think. 1, 2, 3. And uh-oh, lose a time counter. That puts us at, oh wait, cancels out. So we're still at just 2 time counters. Got 3 hats, that's what we needed. We got treasure for the sniper. It is a unicorn that gives us 1 sword and 1 hat. Awesome. And the gutless goblin goes over here, so we already have 2 gutless goblins defeated. I'm going to leave these out since one of them is a time. Can we roll? Oh, now lose a time. puts us to 3. Get down to 13, we lose the game, but can move 4 spots. And there's 3 monsters here, so the last Gutless Goblin will be on this spot as well. And another Cave Goblin and another Gutless Goblin. Okay, well, we only have to defeat 3 Gutless Goblins. Okay, so I'll draw my 3. I should keep these where we can see them. One, 2, 3. Uh-oh, gonna lose a time. And I have 2 swords, or a sword and a hat. So I could kill both of these. I won't get a treasure for them though, but the turn ends immediately when you get the last Gutless Goblin. So I'll put these things back in the bag. I did not get a treasure that turn. Okay, I put everything back in the bag, move the counter to 4, and now that we've got all 3 goblins, we progress to chapter 2. So I'll set up the board and be back in 1 second. The board is set up and we're ready for chapter 2. Schmata and Sizzle. The goblins eagerly tell you the location of their camp and also reveal that they have buried chests full of loot all over the forest. But they also brag that it will be a short work for their queen Schmata and her shaman Sizzle to defeat your adventure party. They look forward to being rescued after the defeat. So we have the board set up. We have to find those 2 goblins and destroy them. There is a new rule. Every time your counter reaches one of the green spots, as long as Sizzle is still alive, you roll a dice. And some bad things might happen. We'll read those as we get to them. So now let's go around the board and find Shizzle. My question is this. I'm like right there. So should I just go straight for Shizzle or should I go around and get some of the treasures? I think I might actually go look for some of these treasures first. The time counter was on 4 at the end of the first chapter, so we're looking good here. Have all the way till 16. So I'm going to start by moving away from the goblin. If I land on him, I have to fight him, but if I start on him, I don't. So I'm gonna go for the hovel and just see what's under there. Oh, nice. Well, maybe instead, no, I'll still go for these 2. See what's under there. See if we can get some oh my. Okay, well, good. We have a treasure chest. We have to defeat it still. And we have a goblin shapeshifter. Should be not too hard to do. I'll draw my 3 items from the bag. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Oh no, I need 3 hats. Well, I can draw 2 more. So I did not defeat either of those yet. I'll draw my 2 new tokens. I'll move the time, well, I'll wait to move the time counter and see what I draw. 1, 2, draw 2 more. And, okay, another hat. So I can defeat something. And I would need 4, okay, I'm not gonna be able to defeat the treasure chest now. So lose 1 time counter and defeat the goblin shapeshifter. So let's see what treasure comes with that. And hope it's something that'll give us a sword, huh? And it is. It'll give us a sword and give us a time counter back. So I'm going to put these back. Start the next turn. I won't do a movement phase. I'll go for this treasure chest. Just need a sword and a hat. And, uh-oh, lose a time counter, but I did get a sword and a hat. I'll keep these out so that I don't risk drawing another time counter. And now, here we are. We're at slot 6, but let me get these treasures first. I get 2. So yeah, this one has 2 items. So you get 2 treasures. This game is easier on single player because you have less people rolling dice. A magic crystal with 2 hats and a healer, which will give us a time back. And let's draw again. So, since I'm on the 6th there, let's see what happens. Roll the dice, and then one of these things will happen. Okay, place your hero in the forest. Okay, well, that didn't do much of anything. I'm going to work up this way and maybe defeat the queen first. Let's see what we roll. Got a 2. I kind of want to get more treasures. Let's see what's here. What I might do is, I don't know, we'll see. See what I roll. Okay, we have, oh, look at that, 2 treasure chests. I just need 2 swords and 2 hats to defeat the treasure chests. 1, 2, 3. What did we draw? Well, I get 1 time space back. That's actually a little frustrating because now if we advance we'll have to do another draw. I could not defeat either of them, but I can draw 2 more pieces with those 2, so that's what I'll do. If I draw 2 swords, we get both treasures. I got none of the above, so that round was a big loss. Leave those treasures there. I'm not going to refill the bag yet. So next turn I'll skip the movement and I'll go for these treasure chests again. There's got to be a swords this time. Okay, well, I get 1 of them back with the unicorn, but I don't get the other, but got a time counter back. Okay, let's see what this treasure is. And again, get 2 treasures from that one. And I get a lance and a helmet. Okay, oh, and I drew that rune sword last turn, so this actually moves back 1 more time. So this game will be probably impossible to lose. I'm going to refill the bag. And I think I'm doing good enough that I'm just going to start going for the kills. Okay, next turn 2. Let's go fight this. Oh my goodness. Maybe that was a bad idea. I need 3 swords. I have to defeat her twice. I need 3 swords and a hat. Well, drawing 3 swords is not going to be easy. I guess I do have to keep going and going around the board. Did I get 3 swords and a hat? No. I got a time counter back, but that doesn't even matter. You know, I can draw 2 more pieces though, and I already have 2 swords. So let's see what happens. I'll draw the 2 more. 1, 2. We got 2 hats. So I have a hat. I don't have enough to defeat, but I lose a time. That was bad strategy. Okay, next turn, and you only have to fight monsters if you land on the space, or if you choose to if you stay, so I can keep moving. So what I'm going to do instead, this next turn, I'm going to try to get more treasures. So I'm going to roll and try to go around the board and defeat more things. The question is, do I want to refill the bag? I think I will. I definitely need more swords before I can defeat the queen. So let's roll. Got a 1. Let's try to take on this treasure again. Get 2 items that way. 1, 2, 3. Just need a sword and a hat. There's our hat. There's our sword. We do lose a time counter. I'll roll for that in a second. But we defeated the treasure. Move the time counter. We'll encounter that in a second too. Get my 2 treasures for defeating the time counter. And we get a shield, which will give us, let us block a time loss. We got 2 more swords. Perfect. And remember, we're on the 6. I'll roll to see what the shaman does to us. A 3. If you roll 3 or up, lucky 3 or 4, the magic misses you. And there's no effect. Okay. Back on the 6. I am going to keep going. I'm going to go around the board. Oh, nice. I'm actually going to skip those and go straight for the shaman then. Need 3 hats and a sword to defeat that. That's a little more realistic for the druid. Okay, so, ouch. We have to defeat, oh man, that's going to be hard. Well, we have to defeat Shizzle twice. You have to defeat the Fierce Goblin to get the treasure chest. So, let's just place them here and see what we draw. I think there's probably enough. I am going to put these back before I draw. Okay, 1, 2, 3. What do we have? We have, ooh, nice. If we draw a time counter, it'll be canceled. I have 3 hats, and I can draw 1 more. I might not defeat any of these then. I draw the 1, and it is another hat. I couldn't defeat any of those. Wow. Okay, I definitely need more treasures, it looks like. So, next turn, I'm going to put all these back in, since none of them were time losses, and roll. We'll come back to those. You have to do a little bit of, ooh, we got one of those. Okay, let's see what's in the cave. Let's hope these are some treasures, huh? We have a treasure. We have 2 treasures, yay! Well, this should help. I should be able to defeat these. I just need 2 swords and 2 hats. 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. I lose a time counter. I can defeat 1 of the treasures only. And I lose a time. Up to the 7. This treasure goes back. And let's draw 2 treasures from the hat, or from the bag. This one gives you, the gnome gives you a hat and another draw. And we have another sword. Nice. I will just leave these out. And next turn, let's try to get this next treasure chest. Whoops, I don't have to roll. Draw 3. 1, 2, 3. And what do we draw? Okay. I'm not even going to draw those 2. So I have the sword and the hat that I need. And I get a time counter back. Which ironically puts us back to the 6. So we'll have to encounter that. Let's get the treasures first. 2 treasures back got us a familiar and a wizard, or a magic wand. I should have plenty swords now. I think I'm just going to put everything back in the bag. And now encounter this. Let's roll. I rolled a 3. What's a 3 again? Lucky break. The magic misses you, so nothing happens. And I'm on the 6. Okay. Do I have enough swords to defeat things? I think what I'm going to do is... Let me think about this. I almost wouldn't mind a few more treasures, to be honest, but if I'll try to go around the board. So I'll stop. Well, let's roll. See what I roll first. Okay. I'll fight the Shamanics again. Fight the Queen Goblin again. If I can defeat her at least once. 1, 2, or if I can do some damage at least. I lose a time counter. And cannot do enough damage, and even if I drew another, I won't be able to do enough damage, so I'm just going to lose the time counter and put these, well, I'll keep these out of the bag and then keep going. I rolled a 2, 1, 2, nothing happens. Let's go fight this cave goblin. I need 2 swords to defeat, but I want that treasure. 1, 2, whoops, 1, 2, 3, there we go. I get a time counter back. Let's see, I need one more sword. I think I'm going to try, so I can draw one more. I get 1 time counter back, which puts us back to the 6 again, which is kind of annoying. And with the draw, if this is a sword, it's not a sword, dang. So we got nothing there. And now I'm on the 6, so I gotta roll again, and I rolled a 2. 2 is bad. If you have rewards on the table in front of you, return one of your choice back to the reward bag. Okay. Well, that's too bad. I'm going to return this one. Okay. Wow. Things are not looking up all of a sudden. Next turn, let's see. I'm going to try this cave goblin again, try to defeat him again. So let's draw 1. There's got to be 2 swords in here, right? No, they're all hats. At least I didn't lose any turns. I could draw 2 more though. What the heck? Draw 2 more, see if I can draw 2 swords. I know there's swords in here. 1 sword, and draw 1. This is going to be a sword. We're going to get another treasure. I feel it, and yes, it is. So 2 swords to defeat the cave goblin. See what kind of treasure we can get. And oh, look at that. The axe, perfect. I'm actually not going to refill the bag because I want to get that. So let's roll. Next turn. 2, 1, 2. Roll again. 2, 1, 2. And now we're going to fight this cave goblin. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And we got the axe. Good deal. And the healer gets us 1 time counter back. See, that's my criticism about this game. It's too easy to get time counters back, so it's like really hard to lose. But I have lost. I was playing with both of my daughters, and we did lose on the 4th adventure. So it is possible to lose. I think it's just easier on single player. Okay, the board is cleared now. Got a helmet. I'm gonna refill the bag. Go try to take on the shaman here. I have to defeat him 2 times. Okay, let's roll. And I rolled a 1. Okay, so we have the goblin. We've got the fierce goblin. And we've got Shizzle. And there's a treasure chest. Can't get the treasure chest until the other 3 are gone, though. 1, 2, 3. We have to hit the goblin twice, too. Okay, that'll get us a time counter back, and it's a sword. So we have 2 swords and a hat, and I can draw 1 more card. I'm going to, because if it's a hat, I defeat that fierce goblin. And it is A hat. I meant if it was a sword. So I don't think I can defeat anything. I need 3. Dang. This is actually somewhat difficult. But I got a time counter back, so back to the beginning. Let's make sure I have 2 swords. But, okay, I can use a sword as a hat per my ability. So I actually have 3 hats and a sword. So 3 hats and a sword does 1 damage. So we take the heart off. And then I'm going to reload the bag and try again. Okay, next turn. 1, 2, 3. I have 2 swords. I have 3 swords. I'm not going to draw another card. I'm going to just use those to defeat the Fierce Goblin. So defeated, and I get a treasure. Excellent. And this one lets you draw 2. That'll actually come in handy against the final boss. So now I'm going to leave these out because I need hats more than... So actually, no. I'm going to put them back because both of those provide hats as well. So put the things in the bag. Next turn we are fighting against the shaman. Let's draw the 3. 1, 2. Did I get 3? I got 3. Okay. Well, I can draw 2 more. I lose a time and I gain a time. And I have 1 sword or hat. So I can draw 2 more. 1, 2. And what do we have? We have, oh man. So we have, I can draw 1 more. So I have 3 swords. And I can draw 1 more. I'll see what we can do. Okay. I have all these swords. I can't defeat, I don't think I can defeat. I can turn 1 into a hat, so that would still only give me 2 hats and a sword. Huh. Okay, well, didn't get that. Okay, well, next turn I'm going to leave those out and just try again. I should have more hats than swords. I should be able to do this, right? These bosses are kind of hard. You have to draw 4. Okay, next turn. Here we go. Did it on the first try. 3 hats and a sword. The shaman is dead. Now we can ignore these green spaces too. I'm gonna reload the bag, and next turn I'll try to get this treasure before I go for the final boss. Okay, let's go for this treasure. It just needs 1 sword and 1 hat. And I did not get it. But I can draw 1 more, so we'll see if there's a sword in this one. And there is! Okay, we got a sword and a hat, so let's get this final treasure. And that's a draw 2 again. 1, 2, okay. And we got a double sword, that'll help with the final boss. And another thing that gives you life back. Let's reload the bag and go for the final boss. And there she is. Have to defeat her twice. Okay, look at that. We can go right there. Okay, here it is. I draw 3, 1, 2, 3. And I got, okay, I need 3 swords and a hat. I got 1 sword, 1 hat. I get a time counter back, but I'm at the beginning, so it doesn't count. I can draw 1. Let's draw 1. And it is a sword, but that's it. I only got 2 swords and 1 hat. I'm just gonna, I think I'm gonna leave those out for this turn. Okay, we'll try to fight again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. I get to draw with that one and with that one. Okay, so I have 2 swords and a hat, and I get to draw 2 more tokens. 1, 2. What do we have? We lose a counter. That's fine. Ah, that's no good. I'll move the timepiece. I can draw one more. I need this. If this is a sword, we deal a damage. And it is not a sword. Dang. I needed 3 swords and a hat. Huh. I didn't draw my double swords yet, so I'm gonna just keep those out. Let's try to fight again. Draw my 3. Next turn. Okay, good. I got a sword and a hat. And I lose a time. And I got this. Let's draw 2 more with the mule. So if I have to draw 3 swords. And I drew, yes, a bunch of swords. I guess I could get a time counter back for this, but I don't. Okay, so we got 3 swords and a hat. We dealt the damage. I'm gonna reload the bag. One more battle. We just need 3 swords and a hat. And what do we get? Okay, I got 2 swords and a hat, and I can draw 2 more items, so this should be it, right? 1, 2. I draw 2 more items, and I got a sword. I lose a time counter, but I got the 3 swords. Right, I got the 3 swords and the hat. We have defeated the final boss. And now, let's see what happens next. Continue reading as soon as you have defeated the Goblin Queen and her miracle worker. Whimpering, Sizzle pulls the talisman out from under his greasy robe. May your boots stink and bad luck follow you everywhere, he curses as he hands over the talisman. And with that, we have successfully defeated the 3rd adventure of Talisman Legendary Tales. I hope you had as much fun watching as I did playing. I'll be back with another video soon, so thanks for watching.